Alright, hi people, it's Shakes here, and I've waited a while to do this. Almost about a month, because when I sent the email to get the replacement helmet for this guy, it took about 2 or 3 weeks for, actually, I think 2 weeks. I don't know, probably closer to 3 weeks, actually, for Hasbro's support to get back to me in terms of the email I sent them, and then I just had to send them proof that I had this, and yeah, and it's actually pretty simple. You can look up online. I'll probably leave a link on how to do it if you do get this figure and it doesn't come with the corrected helmet. You literally just have to email Hasbro's support, say, hey, I got this figure, and I didn't get the correct helmet with it, and they will email you back at some point. Be patient, because again, they took like 3 weeks for me to get the email back, and they will tell you what to do in terms of proving that you do have this. So yeah, what I had to do is they sent me a reference number, I believe, and I had to write it on a piece of paper and put it in front of the figure and send them that picture, and then it was good. Basically, although I don't understand why. I sent them the proof of purchase from Walgreens and online, and because you're able to print out like invoices and shit, and I just don't understand why that wasn't good enough, but okay. But yeah, so we have the Power Rangers Lightning Collection Dino Thunder White Ranger, aka the Drago Ranger. Dino Thunder didn't really have the regular colors. They had the names of their dinosaurs, like Red Ranger's Tyranno Ranger, which is funny when you consider G-Ranger. The Blue Ranger's the Tricera Ranger. Yellow Ranger's the Terra Ranger, I think. Black Ranger's the Brachio, and White Ranger's the Drago Ranger, because obviously his sword is more based on a, well, it's actually a type of, well, what is it called? Well, yeah, they just basically called it a Dragosaur, I think, or some shit. I don't know. I haven't watched Dino Thunder in a while, so it escapes me. But yeah, so been meaning to get this. The only one that I need to also get I need to get a few more that are exclusives to different stores. I need to get the Dino Charge Black Ranger. I need to get Psycho Green. I think one or two others, and I need to get the Psycho Rangers. I don't know if one or two others are just Hasbro Pulse exclusives, like the Psycho Green, but yeah. And I do have a new shipment of the MMPR Pink Ranger pre-ordered for when that comes back in stock on a website I got from Bruno from MMPR Toys. So yeah. Yeah, so let's look at the packaging first. I do like this packaging in terms of basically everything for this line. On the front, you have the Ranger's helmet right there, a bit of his chest. You have the part where it just shows the figure and everything. Power Rangers Lightning Collection logo. Dino Thunder White Ranger, the Hasbro logo. Stuff on this side, and the Dino Thunder logo right there. I believe that this was the first Dino Thunder Ranger released in this line, but I could be wrong. It might have been the Red Ranger, but I'm not entirely sure. But yeah, and now they have like 3/5 of the team completed, so yeah. Then you see the other side with the character, and then on the back we have a picture, and I don't understand how they could have like screwed this up. With the corrected helmet, the picture of the one that they took pictures of for these things. So yeah, with his I forget what the weapon's called. Again, I haven't seen Dino Thunder in a while. It's a good series. It's a good season, but I just haven't seen it in a while. The effect part and everything. So yeah. Let's put that right there. So, in terms of option parts, you get the two hands. One is, I think, for possibly holding the weapon, and then the other's more of a posing hand and everything. The effect part, which actually has like arrows in it. That's like a first that I've ever seen, but it's stylized after what his weapon does, which it's basically a pen and draws in the air to have these laser arrows, basically. And I wish I didn't do this, but I did color in the parts that were missing color with a Sharpie. It was a black Sharpie, but I tried to wipe it off, and then the ink became purple. So yeah, but normally when you get this figure, it doesn't have anything right here, and the visor is just left white, and it's really, really weird, kind of stupid. But yeah, so yeah, here we go with his weapon and everything. It's not, I don't even think it's a lot smaller on the show, but they make it bigger for the toy, I believe. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure it's a lot smaller on the show. But yeah. Then we have the head mold for the actor's face, which I think that they decently captured the actor's likeness for this. So then we have the Drago Ranger right here, and I really, really do like this suit design. It's definitely my favorite out of all 5 of the Rangers from both Dino Thunder and Aba Ranger, the Sentai equivalent, that it was adapted from. So yeah, it's actually really, really cool. And you can see right here the helmet is corrected and everything to have the black accents on the outside of the red visor. So yeah. And even the red for this is actually a lot better. Like they slightly redid the helmet mold, I believe. And that's like, that's honestly really good. Either that or they redid the coloring entirely, because you can see, like, even if they don't color in things, they always have the molds of these things have the details. So, or as many details as they can have because of how they, like, I want to say they, like, design these in a 3D printer, but I could be wrong. Or for a 3D printer. Yeah. So, yeah, I do really, really like this figure a lot. So, helmet/head can move in a 360, can move back and forth. The shield actually comes off because there is a peg right there that pegs into his back, and it's not particularly too well put in there. It stays in pretty fine, but if you're like over using it or whatever, it will come out, which is stupid, but I guess you could like super glue it in there if you want. But yeah, but this can come off if you want. So yeah, so the arms move in about a 90-degree angle almost. The elbows are double jointed, and you can see the morpher. It has a good amount of detail actually molded onto it. They just didn't bother to paint it, which is a thing that they keep doing with all of the wrist-mounted morphers, is they just don't color them. Which, I guess, if you're, like, really, really... if you have a good attention to detail and everything, and you have, like, the type of paint that these things use, it wouldn't be too hard to, like, paint it in as best you can. But yeah. And these hands can move in a 360 because of the fact that they're on that kind of joint. The legs move in an almost 90-degree angle as well. Gotta show this as well because the joint right here allows the arm to move in a 180. The leg also moves in a 180 that way. The knees are also double jointed, which is nice. And then the feet can move back and forth pretty well on an almost 180-degree angle. And then also you can break an ankle. So, yeah. Alright, so just to show this. Just so if you want, you can put the actor's head sculpt on the character like basically every other character and Ranger, which is actually really, really cool. And I do like having this. Dino Thunder, outside of I think the main 3 or 4 Rangers, didn't really have too much of like the characters in suit from what I remember, outside of maybe like the Ranger's lair like scenes at times. But yeah. So, not really much else to say. Links in the description to all of my shit. Subscribe if you want, and I'll see you guys in the next one.